What's up guys, Nico here from Ungeek, and today we're going to take a look at something special. And this is it, the Thrustmaster T150 Pro and 3-pedal attachment for PlayStation. This unit was sent over to us by the folks over at Thrustmaster, and it promises to deliver a great racing experience, especially for Project Cars 3, which released just last August. Before I start though, I have to admit, while I am a fan of racing games and motorsport in general, I only play using a controller. So my impressions of the Thrustmaster T150 Pro will be based on someone who is new to a steering wheel setup. So here we go. Let's first take a look at what's inside the box. First up, we have the steering wheel itself. It has the PlayStation controller buttons on the front and at the side, and it has paddle shifters to gear up or down. The wheel attaches to your table, and in my experience, it's fairly easy to attach. Meanwhile, we have the 3-pedal set. The pedal's position can be adjusted to your liking, and the brake pedal can also be modified with this attachment to change the brake feel. The pedals attach to the steering wheel unit via cable. The wheel then has a USB cable which connects to the PS4 and a power cable. What's great about the T150 Pro is that it's pretty much plug and play for the PS4, meaning no additional setup required, whatever racing game you're gonna play. Aside from this thick manual right here, this is everything inside the box. So, what does it feel like to play? Here's what I think. So, I was able to try the T150 Pro for a couple of days and on Project Cars 3, the latest game in the Project Cars series from Bandai Namco and Slightly Mad Studios. Take note, my impressions of the T150 Pro will be based on Project Cars 3. Alright, I know this is obvious, but I just have to say, playing on a steering wheel set is way different compared to playing on just a controller. Even if you're playing racing sims, using a controller still makes it feel like a video game. With a steering wheel though, it's a way more immersive experience, and this is thanks not only to the fact that you're driving with a wheel and pedals, but also to the force feedback that the T150 provides. You'll definitely feel it when you go off track, for example. Funnily enough though, even after playing for a couple of days on the wheel, I was still slower on it compared to a controller. This is because it's much harder to control the car with a wheel than with an analog stick. As someone who lacks real-world driving experience, I found myself bumping into cars a bit more using this steering wheel set, especially when compared to just using a controller. So there is a definite learning curve to using this set. Though I do think that given enough practice, I'll be even faster on the T150 Pro than on the DualShock 4 controller. On the flip side, playing on the T150 Pro finally made me play with a manual transmission. With a controller, I pretty much just stick to automatic, since I find it a bit difficult to shift gears manually while on the DualShock 4. Though maybe that's just me. But with the T150 Pro's paddle shifters, shifting gears manually feels natural and intuitive. It also helps that the T150 Pro's paddle shifters feel great to use, thanks to the satisfying sound and feedback with every click. Using the T150 Pro also exposed some bad racing habits that I picked up with a controller. For one, I usually brake very late, as I'm often able to wrangle the car around corners with the analog stick. With a wheel though, if I brake late, I usually fail to catch the car, resulting in a spin or in me going too wide. Because of this, I was forced to adapt a more proper driving style. This also meant pulling off a late braking maneuver to pass feels way more satisfying. Another bad habit of mine is getting on the gas early when exiting corners. For some reason, I tended to do so with a controller, as I was still able to control the car. But with the T150 Pro, I had to be more careful when I put my foot down at a corner exit. Again, these are just my observations. I'm pretty sure better racing drivers can pull off late braking maneuvers and other techniques better with a wheel. Though it might be worth keeping in mind if this is your first time with a proper wheel and pedal set. While I had tons of fun playing on the T150 Pro, I did find some things that could use some improvement. For one, the pedal set tends to slide a bit during gameplay, meaning you might have to adjust its position every couple of races, though this might depend on what surface your floor is, as mine are tile flooring. Another thing to keep in mind with the T150 Pro is that having a good chair and a good table is a must. As you can see, I played the Thrustmaster set on my couch with a small foldable table. While it worked well enough, I would recommend having a better table and chair, as my position did feel a bit awkward. I'm not saying you need an actual racing seat to enjoy this, but you should definitely consider your setup when getting this wheel. Aside from the two issues I mentioned, the T150 Pro is a great buy overall. In my time with it, I found that it delivers an immersive and fun racing experience, especially when compared to just using a controller. What's even better about it is that it actually taught me to get better on my racing fundamentals, especially as I can sort of cheat some techniques with a controller. Of course, those are just based on my playthrough. Your driving style may not be affected at all if you're a better driver than myself, which is most likely the case because at the end of the day, I'm more of a casual racing fan. And that's it. Those are my quick impressions on the Thrustmaster T150 Pro and 3-pedal attachment set. But before we end, we actually have a special surprise for you. We are actually giving away this exact set, the Thrustmaster T150 Pro. So with this, you will be able to enjoy Project Cars 3 and any other racing game on the PS4, or if you're still on the PS3, since this set supports that. But wait, there's more! We're actually giving away a Thrustmaster T-Racing Scuderia Ferrari Edition. So you can see I'm wearing a McLaren hat. I'm a big F1 fan, so if you're also a big F1 fan, I'm pretty sure you're going to love this because it looks like what the headset that they use in F1 races, at least in the pit lane. To find out how you can win these Thrustmaster goodies, you should check out the description box down below where we'll be linking an article where there's the list of mechanics so you can get these goodies. And that's it. Huge shout out to Thrustmaster and Bandai Namco for sponsoring this impressions and giveaway. Of course, thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, this has been Nico, and as always, keep on gaming.